Hi, it's John here. This is another video in the series How to Be a Successful Person. And in this video I want to talk about pacing yourself when you're doing physical work, especially if you're not used to physical work. Now, when I went to college, I was studying academically, and I didn't do very much physical work at all. And I lost, you get an idea that, you know, what you're doing is going to lead to some sort of nirvana, and the thing that you're doing is vitally important, and you can somehow fall into the trap of letting your physical state go downhill. Well, I certainly did. I didn't have much fitness to start with, but then after going to college, my fitness wasn't so good, and I needed to build it up again. But you need to build, if you're building up fitness, you need to build it up slowly. If you strain all your muscles and all your joints and all your cartilage and tendons and everything, and to such an extent that you can't actually do anything for several days or a week or a month or whatever, then you'll be back to square one. You'll be in a worse position than what you were to start with. Now, if anybody remembers the olden days, when the old sort of roadman type people were around, and you'd see them stood around a brazier warming their hands and having a cup of tea, and this was always the joke, wasn't it, that the workforce were always sort of resting and having a cup of tea, and they didn't really work at all. Well, I think that's important, to rest and have your cup of tea. You've got to pace yourself, and you've got to take every opportunity to have a rest. If you're doing hard physical work, and then say you've unloaded a lorry, and then the lorry's gone and you're waiting for the next lorry, you've got to have a sit down, have a cup of tea or whatever it is, and rest up before you take on the next amount of work. I saw a programme on the telly about men who were working in a foundry in the north of England, and they were making iron engine blocks, and they were stripped to the waist, and they were working in exceedingly hot conditions, and they were pouring molten iron into these sand moulds, and it was all smoke and sparks and steam, and I think they were only working for about half an hour or an hour, and then they'd have a rest for half an hour or an hour. You know, the work was so intense that you couldn't do any more than that. And that's the right sort of attitude. You've got to have that rest, or just don't work too hard. Say you're down the allotment, I'm often down the allotment, just potter along at it. Enjoy the process of turning the soil and digging the crop out, whatever you're doing. Don't go at it like a bull at a gate. Let your body adjust all the time. And some people say that they know when their blood sugar is down and they need to have more, something to just sort of perk them up a bit. So you know, say you're doing something for 20 minutes or an hour, and then you think, I feel I've lost all my energy now. Well, you know, have a rest, have your cup of tea, go home, have your lunch, and then go back in the afternoon for 20 minutes or so. You know, it makes sense, doesn't it? To look after your body. You'll listen to your body, and it will tell you what you're doing and what is right. It's the same with the psycho. I'll do another video on the psycho. Listen to what the body is telling you at a psycho level, and you'll understand what's going on. Especially sort of in the morning when you're thinking about the dreams you've had and you can remember them. And why was I dreaming about that? And you think it through. You're the best person to analyse yourself, because you know yourself intimately, and you can see why you were dreaming those things and what it was all about. Okay, look after yourself and pace yourself, and it's bye for now.